fun. Hello and welcome to PlayStation Best Friends Presents Faster Than Reloading, episode 14 for the week of July 21st, 2020. We're dropping every week to give you the rundown on all the latest gaming news you could possibly need. My name's Anthony Palm. Joining me as always, Chicago's prodigal son, Miguel Alvarez.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
And the Brooklyn bad boy who doesn't live in Brooklyn anymore, Jeffrey Mizrahi.
What up, what up, what up?
So I figured let's just get into it this week. Usually we start with what we've been playing, but I think we've all been playing Ghost of Tsushima. I've been playing a couple other things. I do want to touch on one game that I got an early access code for, but I'll talk about that after. It's called Among Trees. We'll get to that after, though. So let's just jump into Ghost of Tsushima. What do you guys think so far?
So spoiler free, of course. We all about 6, 7, maybe 8 hours, honestly. The game doesn't have any game timer, so it's hard to tell. Still in Act 1, still recruiting all the guys and gals. I'm loving it. I think it's an amazing game all around. It's kind of pointless to give it a number or even to compare it to Last of Us 2 just because they're such different games.
I don't even think we should give it a number until we've beaten it anyways.
Yeah, I'm saying even if when I beat it, like what's a number? Like how do I even give a number to Last of Us 2, honestly?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of naturally drawn more to open world games anyways over like linear story games.
Exactly. I mean, they're different experiences.
So this game is just more geared towards me, so I'm gonna naturally just kind of sound like I like it more than The Last of Us. I mean, I obviously respect the technical, masterpiece that Last of Us is, but this game, it's just vibing with me more, just because of the nature of what the game is. But I'm really loving the game so far. I really love the kind of traversal in the game. I think that it's and this is going to sound kind of controversial. You might yell at me, Jeff, but this is it's the first game that I've played that really feels similar to what Breath of the Wild felt like when I first played that. From the sense of I'm just kind of wandering around. I'm just exploring. I'm seeing what's over that next hill, what's, around the corner. And the guiding wind feature is like my favorite thing that like any game has added. I love it. I love that there's not a mini map I have to keep my eye on. I love that I don't have to keep checking the map. I just literally follow the wind, and I'm really loving that mechanic.
Dude, besides the guiding wind alone, as well as the foxes and the birds are amazing. In terms of how the game delivers navigation and secrets and Easter eggs through just natural environments. It works so well. The game's not, of course, the map's not as big as Breath of the Wild, or maybe it is, honestly. But there still is that.
I feel like Breath of the Wild isn't as big as people talk about. It's just because it's a Switch game. People act, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you put Breath of the Wild on PS4, it would feel as big as like Far Cry 5.
It's definitely much emptier because there's a lot of the gliding shit. So because you're supposed to be gliding places, so that's why there's like a lot of empty air, or we're supposed to be riding a horse in some areas.
But it's just, I'm not saying it's like Breath of the Wild in like a literal sense. I just mean the kind of wonder and kind of just wandering around looking for new stuff to do. Because I'm not in a rush to do the main missions. I don't know about you guys. Miguel, I think you're kind of with me where you're just kind of like clearing an area of the map, and if stuff pops up there, that's what I do it. But I haven't even gotten to the blacksmith yet, which is like the first main mission you get once you get to the open world. That's where I'm at right
now. Big fan of the towns as well. Just the way they're laid out. Maybe if they're icons, like the shopkeep's icons were a little more poignant and more easy to see, that'd be a little better. But still, I'm a big fan. It tells you when upgrades are ready.
I thought they glowed orange if you use the focus mode or whatever it's called. Like if you click on the touchpad.
Focus. I didn't try focus.
Unless maybe they only do that when you have an upgrade available. I'm not sure.
Oh, they're only gold when you have an upgrade. But yeah, I wonder even will they be more prominent?
But either way, it's such best photo mode in a game, right?
Oh, from the get-go, it's unlocked. You don't really have to do anything. It's literally mapped to the D-pad. Perfect. And right when you hit it, you just jump into it. And the features, you could have animated photo mode. You could set multiple cameras, have a whole little scene. Change the weather in photo mode. Really, every PlayStation game seems to be upping the prior PlayStation game exclusive in like some aspect. You know, like Last of Us 2 came out.
I
upped the
do
prior
feel
game in
like
accessibility.
Horizon had a bunch of features that never came back though. Like you were able to actually, and Death Stranding added it in, but I don't know how exclusive you
Which features?
consider that. Like you can change Aloy's pose in it, like really drastically, like completely change her pose.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Death
But dude,
Stranding, you can kind
weather?
of do different arm movements, but like in I mean the time
This is the
lapsing you could
first
do in
time
this game
weather,
and
yeah.
the weather changing you could do in this game is crazy.
Dynamic weather and dynamic what do you call it? They have like a name for them, but like particles, but like not just particles. They could be birds. Like that could be just birds flying on the screen, or flowers, not flowers, fucking petals flying on screen. Yeah, loving it. Miguel, what do you think?
I like it so far. I don't think I'm as high as you guys with the game so far. I do like a couple things on the game, right? I love the horse. I think it's the best horse that we've seen in any of the fucking games.
It feels the most balanced.
Yes,
'Cause
that's
it's not-
probably the best way to
It doesn't
describe
explode against a tree like Red Dead,
it. Yep.
but you can't jump 300 feet like in Assassin's Creed. Odyssey.
Assassin's Creed, yeah. It's like just they refined the fucking horse mechanic, all right, bro? Like they got it down. I think it's the best looking game because of the colors.
It's like the
I'm not
contrast.
saying, like-
now you're not
yeah.
even playing with HDR, right?
No, I'm not even playing in
Oh my
HD. I can play it on 4K HDR, but I'm just choosing.
Well, you can turn
not to-
HDR on without. You could turn
I don't
HDR
have
on
the
and keep
monitor that
the.
could, yeah, like I don't have the monitor that could. It's capable
Okay,
for
I
that,
got
but
you,
the game already looks really fucking good. And like I'd rather just make sure that the frame rate is steady, like at 30. I know it doesn't deep if you're playing on the what is it called, the resolution or the resolution.
Yeah,
right?
I haven't really noticed any dips. I,
know
mean, that
that
doesn't
it
mean it
doesn't,
hasn't,
yeah.
but
And I love.
You guys are playing on resolution mode, right?
I am.
He's playing on.
No,
No,
I'm
you're playing on
performance. Yes, I'm playing performance.
Oh, I'm also on resolution. Okay, so 2 resolutions.
Yeah, because I'm not playing on a
some
4K HDR monitor. That's why I'm
Exactly,
like,
yeah.
I rather have
I've
'cause I
noticed
know
some
there's
dips, but it's worth it because I am right on top of my screen.
Have you guys
So I
have you
wanna
guys
see the
messed
best.
with the Kurosawa mode yet or no?
what.
I
No.
tune into
Black
it,
and white?
you know, the black and white mode.
It's the black and white mode, and it's
I
got like the
wish you
film,
could-
not the film grain, but like the there's like the burn marks, like markings
the
and stuff.
flickers.
Like,
It also
like
changes
it's
the audio.
Like it's black and white
makes the
movie.
audio like.
It changes the audio like a lot. That's probably the main problem that I have heard. That's why people are not playing with
I'll
it.
do it in like small bursts. I'll put on Kurosawa mode just to
I mean, it adds to
try
that
it.
feel, you know.
But yeah, I don't do it for long spurts of times. But like every once in a while, I'll put it on for a little while.
I wish I could hit pause during cutscenes. You can, but you can only like pause the cutscene.
Right, it
And
doesn't
go
give you
into
the
the
menu, yeah.
options and turn on Kurosawa mode.
I wish there was
on and off, 'cause
just
I
a
would love to-
toggle. Like I wish there was like a macro on the.
Yeah,
on the-
double
on the
tap the
controller.
photo mode button or something. You know.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I love
hold it or
the standoffs. If you
Oh, the
upgrade that all the way down,
standoffs.
I
if you
just
upgrade
unlocked
that,
this. I can,
that's the first thing that I've upgraded.
Well, you could do
And-
2 guys at once, right?
Yeah, so 3 guys
Well,
total.
you get the
3
first
guys?
guy, someone else
Yeah.
charges you, you get him, and then a second guy
And
charges
then-
you, you get him.
Man, dude, that is probably the best thing in the game for me
Yep.
so far.
Very cool.
So far, just going
Those were
in
the
there,
first
waiting,
ones.
and then just taking up the sword, and bam, bro. And then the other guy starts rushing, and like, I love that it like slows down. So when you like slice, the blood's like just like flowing there, just like slowly dripping down. And, oh, dude, it's
I noticed that earlier, right before we hopped on. I did that, and
Interesting.
it's like
you guys
slow mo where the
done-
blood's like flowing
Yep.
through the ears.
Have you guys done any duels yet? So these are pretty much like boss battles. They have like the health bar.
I think I've
and
done a
you-
couple, yeah.
so
There was
you-
one
you-
guy who was posing as a samurai, and he wasn't actually a samurai, and it went through the whole like set up the duel, and it's like you're about to pull your sword out, and it shows
And
the
then
health
he-
bar, and then he just chicken shits out and runs away.
That was a
I
good one, yeah.
haven't encountered that, so that's good to know.
They're in side missions. They're mostly side missions. The
Yeah, this was not. That's
You're
not.
talking
yeah,
about
it
the
was just like-
letters, not the.
the what?
It could be a leader, yeah.
Okay.
Oh no,
But there are well, there's like
something
a leader of like a fortress or something, like
But-
like an outpost in Far Cry. Like
Okay.
those.
Wait, no, but no, the leaders aren't the same thing as the duels.
Oh, okay,
but you could duel the leaders though. Like
Oh, I haven't seen
you
it.
don't
And he gets his
always
own
do
health
it,
bar?
but like you could, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I haven't gotten to that one yet. But I think that's so cool. It has like a very long load up. It has that shot of the opening the blade with like the one thumb. It's like, pew! It's like, go, and
Yeah,
then
like
you
he
go
pops
right
it
to
open. Yeah.
So yeah, that's a really, this game's fucking lit.
A quick
Say
thing.
more.
It's more of a tip than anything else. Because I think I told Anthony yesterday when we were playing and we're in party chat. If you're doing an outpost and there's like people like prisoners, and you're able to kill everyone without notifying like the outpost, the prisoners give you tips to like question marks in the map. I don't know if you guys, Jeff, like you, I don't know if you knew that. Because you could find the bird and the bird will take you there, but if you like save the prisoners and you talk to one of the like, there's usually like a little like text box that you could go talk to one, and they'll tell you like, oh, you could find something over here by over there, and then the question mark pops on your map. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, that's how you get like the rumors. You know, it's like.
But what he's
rumored
saying
area.
is, if you can take an outpost through pure stealth, they don't kill the
They don't
prisoners.
kill the prisoners.
Oh.
So like
And
if
the
you're allowed to,
prisoners
if you're
give you,
like
tips of like
yeah, like if you alert them, they'll kill the prisoners.
yeah.
Got you. Oh yeah. That pop up came at some point. I thought you were saying there's not an issue, but if you find the golden bird, but you're already going to an area, it just gets confusing. It's like, oh, wait, going to an area that the bird's gonna take you to, but you don't realize. So it's like the bird's taking you on a different way, but it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
like
I'm already going there, bro. I don't really need, I'm following you, but like, are you taking me to somewhere else that I'm not already going to? Or it's like, happens very rarely, but happened to be twice.
Yeah, so I mean, I think we're going to be talking about this game for a while. Like you said, we're not really talking spoilers. I don't think that this is a game that really requires a spoiler cast. I mean, the story's good so far, but
oh yeah,
I think it's one of those things where we're not in a rush to talk about what happens with Ellie and Joel like Last of Us.
I am no joke very attached to whenever Jin goes stealthy and kills an enemy or kills an opponent without seeing him eye to eye. Honestly, literally within a couple hours of this game, I was attached to this character, and I'm like, shit, like that's some good storytelling, because you get the
because he
flashbacks to your
cares about
father.
breaking his honor, yeah.
Exactly, no, and it's such a huge thing, and the game instills it within the player within
even
just 2 hours.
the Archer guy, I can never remember his name. He even like comments on that. He's because you're following, like you're trying to hunt down his former pupil, and he comments on that. He's like, I notice you don't fight like a normal samurai, and
yeah,
like he doesn't say you fight without honor, but like he basically implies like you're fighting without honor. And he's like, don't make me train. He's like, don't. Yeah, and he's like, I don't want to train two monsters, and so it's like cool that he comments on that, and that's a big theme on the game. And a thing that I like about the way the game is paced is that you start off kind of, not that you have a lot of abilities, but I mean you're pretty strong starting off in combat, and I like the fact that you don't have a lot of stealth abilities up front, and that's because Jin's not trained in that up front.
Not in Ghost though, like he's working towards
right. He's a samurai. He's an honorable samurai, so that's why as you play the game, he develops these skills more, and I kind of like that. And I mean, coming from a Metal Gear Solid perspective, like I'm a Metal Gear Solid person. Stealth. It's like painful for me to not do everything stealthy in the beginning of the game. But I'm like, I know that as the game goes on, I'm going to learn more stealth abilities.
I like it because I enjoy the combat so much.
I like it. It's just gameplay wise, I'm like trying to untrain my brain to be stealthy.
Yeah, because when shit when shit breaks out, it's like, all right, awesome, let's fucking go.
Did you buy the upgrades where you can parry the spears and the heavy sword attacks?
Just bought that earlier today, actually.
It makes life so much easier. And parrying the arrows too is a big one. That's like, buy that first.
Oh, that's an interesting one. Quick thing on that feeling of, ooh, I don't want to do this, but my player's doing it, that type of contrast kind of mimics like that Infamous style, not on the same scale, but where if you want the bad powers, if you want to go Infamous and go evil, you're going to have to fucking drain a sick person to death, essentially. So you still see some of that Sucker Punch DNA.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think that they're still trying to push Jin as a good character regardless, so it's not to the extreme that Infamous is, but I see what you're saying, where like...
I genuinely don't want to assassinate people. Like, a couple quick ones, I'll do it, but like, I wouldn't go through the whole thing.
I do because it feels better than Assassin's Creed ever felt.
Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah, the comparison to Assassin's Creed, yeah.
It's like... it's just better.
It doesn't feel like the game is ripping off Assassin's Creed. It just
No, it
feels
doesn't.
like,
Like
what
when-
we want out of Assassin's Creed.
When he's going for that assassination, it just like feels better. Like the animation looks better.
Dude, the entire
Never
game as a
been
whole is genuinely an assassin, like a better Assassin's Creed. It's like an evolved Assassin's Creed. If Assassin's Creed didn't go weird RPG, Destiny,
Or if Assassin's
better
Creed
for
didn't
that
go
game.
basically annualized too. Like,
Exactly, yeah,
if
true,
if
yeah.
Ubisoft took 5 years to make Assassin's Creed instead of 1.5 years.
from the climbing to the towers to a lot of it, and nothing in a bad way, but it does do a lot of Assassin's Creed, but better. So, shout out there. I mean, shout out to a great.
And when we're
game as
saying
well.
this, I feel like we're talking about the previous generation of Assassin's Creed, not what
the
it's currently now.
Ezio Assassin's Creed,
Yeah.
of course.
Before it changed.
This is Origins Pass is totally different. Okay, so yeah, Ghost Tsushima. We'll
move on.
oh, yeah,
real
go.
quick, real quick.
final first impressions.
I love that you could look through the mission or the side missions, and it tells you what you're gonna get. So if you're looking
Oh,
for
yes, love that.
like a new stance or something like that, you could go for that and do that at that period of time.
Or like if you're looking for a specific armor or something.
Yes,
too.
exactly. Like that is like really good, dude. Let's just say because it tells you too if you're like it's gonna give you like supplies. Let's just say like 10 iron and you're like sure of that, so you're like, oh, I'm gonna go do that because it's gonna give me that for an upgrade for the sword or something like that. I love that from the game.
Yeah, I was just about to say something and I can't remember what it was. Fuck.
I was gonna say a lot more, but I guess I just let you guys talk about it. There's a lot of stuff that I like about the game, but I still not like. I don't know how I feel. Like I don't know if I really, really like it or I like. I don't know if I like the game or I like certain stuff of the game. I don't know if
I think we have to probably unlock more abilities before we can really
Yes.
because I felt the same way with Spider-Man at first, where I was like, I don't know, combat's like I'm not really vibing with it, and
That's
then once I
probably why I
unlock more
stopped playing
gadgets
that
and
game.
abilities and stuff, then I really then I start really liking it. So I think it's kind of the same with Ghost of Tsushima. But what I was gonna say is that this is just another game in Sony's kind of portfolio where it's like, hey, no microtransactions. If you want this new costume, go do this thing. If you want this new bow, go do this thing. And it's all stuff that if it was Assassin's Creed, it's, hey, go buy some fucking, what are the DNA points or whatever the fuck they're called?
go buy XP boost so you can level up.
Yeah, what's the coins that they use for Assassin's
no level
Creed?
up in this game, which is great.
No,
Yeah,
that's
it's just
leveling.
you earn points, but it's not.
You earn
It's not-
points
it's your
because you're
reputation
doing
levels
missions,
up.
bro.
Yeah, your
It's not the
reputation.
same thing.
No, okay, yeah. This is another clear example of how monetization fucks up actual game play because
Yes, I think
there's
that's
no need for XP boosts or any nonsense that Origins and Odyssey had. And it's like, or just Odyssey.
Odyssey
yeah, so-
was the worst one, I think.
Yeah, it was the
it.
one that had it had a gold boost and an XP boost. Two separate purchases.
Yeah, the Drachma boost and the.
Ridiculous.
And the game was unplayable without it, honestly.
I mean, just a longer game.
It was playable, but it got to a point that it's just you needed to grind everything to do the next mission.
Yeah, like
Which
I
is
had
fun.
I had the boosts, and the Drachma boost is honestly more needed than the XP boost. I feel like getting money in that game until you're late in the game and you're getting a lot from like mission rewards, it was like impossible. Like I barely even upgraded any weapons and bought anything new, or like in like the first 30 hours of Odyssey, because I feel like the money was just so hard to.
Dude, I hope Valhalla doesn't have any of that. Honestly,
It does.
It
I'm
will.
sure it does. No, I'm sure it does.
I already
No.
said it does. Like if you pre-order the complete edition, it tells you what it has.
An
It
XP
has
boost.
XP shit and
Well, it's all.
Get-
I don't know about the XP stuff. I hope they take that out.
dude, they're gonna have it.
We'll see. All right. Have we been playing? Oh, I guess I've been playing a bunch of Destiny this week as well.
Yeah, I have not really touched Destiny this past week because they announced that we didn't even add this to the doc. I don't think.
Oh, holy
Beyond
shit!
Light
yeah.
got pushed
to November 6th.
November 6th. I thought it was November 10th.
It might be November 10th. You're right, November 10th.
It's sometime in November.
because Cyberpunk's the 17th is week before Cyberpunk.
Yeah, so I haven't really played it because that kind of just sucked the wind out of it for me. But I mean, I'll get back to it. I'm enjoying Season of Arrivals. I just Ghost of Tsushima was out
November
this week.
10th, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, Season of Rivals is going to be pushed off till then, so which means Festival of the Lost is going to take place in Season of Rivals, and we'll see what that actually impacts in the game. But yeah, I got the Divinity Trace Rifle this week. That's the Raid Exotic. Did the Prophecy. Overall, continuing to enjoy Destiny. This is a great season. I think the season right before the fall expansion has always historically been pretty good, so jump into Destiny now if you're thinking about it. JK, don't jump into Destiny. Wait till the new First Light.
Don't jump into Destiny. Just wait.
Yeah, honestly, wait.
And then wait to see if it's good.
No, I trust that. I trust.
Oh no, Beyond Light's gonna be amazing. Just if you want to get in Destiny, just like I don't know.
Just wait, people. All right, just wait.
Do whatever you want. You're your own
I mean,
person.
if you're not on Destiny, then I guess wait.
Bye, Ghost Tsushima.
Wait.
And then other games I played, Super Hot, love it, beat it on PC. Super Hot Mind Control Delete came out this week. If you own Super Hot,
so that's a separate game. It's not an expansion. It's like its own game, right?
You're thinking, oh, I'm gonna get a little fun. I'm gonna get a fun little DLC here, a couple levels. And no, this is a 10 to 15 hour experience. It is essentially the third Super Hot. They consider Super Hot VR the second game in the series. They are different games story wise. The story of Super Hot 1 actually is amazing. Like when I
really
beat
short,
it, and
right?
like it's 2.5 hours is how long to beat. I thought it was like 6 hours. I'm like, well, did I just like pro fucking speedrun that shit? And then I'm like, oh wait, no, it's a shorter game. Definitely pick up Super Hot. I think it is worth $25. Support those devs, Polish motherfuckers.
Now you could buy just that, right? Like you don't need to buy the
so
base
you
game.
could just
So you
buy.
bought the game?
Yeah, on Steam.
With your money?
Shut up. Steam shared library, bro.
I mean,
Well, someone bought the game.
yeah, it's brother Billy. It's not like it's some guy that he doesn't know. That
I'm hacking someone's Steam library.
Support games if your brother buys them. All right, that's
Dude, money was given to them at some point. They got money.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And actually, also specific about that, if you got the free games with the gold edition, you don't get the Mind Control Delete. You have
which is kind of crazy to me.
I mean, it's cool that like that's a feature that they could do. Like they could separate between games with gold owners and regular owners. I thought that was, I guess, whatever.
Well, because you technically don't own the game with games with gold.
It's
like a rental. It's like a license rental until
as long as you have games with gold
lapses.
But yeah, super hot. Invest in that now. Buy.
Take a shot, Anthony. By the way.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get rid. I got this like bottle of whiskey that I have had in my
Ooh,
freezer.
baby.
I felt like a month.
Dude, I got a Woodford Reserve bottle recently. It's pretty tight.
Oh, this is definitely not that good. This is a $16 bottle of Bird Dog apple whiskey.
Gross.
So it's
if it does the job, dude, it does the job, right?
Yeah, it is what it is. It's not anything special. I just want to touch on Among Trees before we move on, and Miguel, if you have anything you could talk about too, of course. But
Apex, but no, we can move on.
Yeah, so I just want to touch on Among Trees. I got a code from Pop Agenda, who are very generous and give me free codes, every so often.
You should talk about more of those games.
Well, I mean, yeah, I talk about them when I get them. I mean, the last game I got, I think, was what's the game Messenger. With the woodsman with the? Oh yeah, I talk about the Messenger all the time, but
you get Bloodroots.
Bloodroots, that's it. I talked about that on the show.
Yeah, you did.
Talk about Bloodroots.
Yeah,
I think that was the last one I got. But no, Among Trees, I'm really feeling this game. This is like a quote unquote me game. So what it is you wake up in the woods. Like your character wakes up in the woods.
Before you describe the game, like what is the game? Is it like a?
It's like a sandbox survival game. It's like a first-person sandbox. So it's like Minecraft if there weren't blocks, sort of. But there's also there's not a story as much as there's like. Did Miguel lose audio?
Not very good.
Okay.
Google fucking turn up on the.
Okay. Yeah. So it's almost like a combination of the survival elements of the Flame and the Flood to an extent, but also kind of the visuals of Firewatch. It's like if Firewatch was a game where you could just do whatever you wanted instead of having to follow the story.
So technically it's a survival game, right?
Yeah, it's a survival game.
Okay.
But it's really cool. You can obviously you have to harvest resources and stuff, but you get your own cabin and you can upgrade your cabin, and every time you upgrade it, it adds like a physical new area to the cabin. It's not just like it's an actual visual upgrade too, not just like, oh, you upgraded your thing and now you can do this. So like I added a crafting station, I added an attic, I added like a cooking, like a kitchen, and like inside and outside, like you see these additions to the house, so it's really cool. There's a lot of kind of visual or environmental clues on how to do things. It doesn't really hold your hand too much. Obviously, you can look things up too, but like to find the driftwood, I was like, well, that's probably by the river, right? So I went, and, I hunted up and down the river for a while and found some driftwood. The thing I love is there's no weapon durability. Once I have an axe, I have that axe, and unless I drop the axe, I'll always have that axe, and I love that. It's one less thing I got to worry about in a game about survival. But I'm really enjoying it so far. I haven't put a lot of time into it. I'd say maybe like 3-4 hours.
Question for you, Mr. Anthony, Mr. Palm. Is there enemies in the game? Like animals or people or something like that?
Yeah, there's no. I don't think there's any enemy like people, but you can definitely run into like bears. I'm not sure if there's wolves. I know there's bears that'll attack you. There's like beehives that if you get too close to them and you rattle them, they'll fuck your day up. So there's definitely like animal, elements of like you need to craft a bow to take on a bear and stuff, and the bear will come kill you. So, but yeah, I don't think there's any human enemies. I think it's just kind of like wilderness type survival stuff. There is a temperature gauge, so like if it's past, if it gets to nighttime and you don't have. If you haven't crafted better clothes yet, which I haven't yet, you'll start to freeze, and then once your temperature gauge drops all the way, then you start losing health over time. There's a hunger gauge, so you have to, you can eat raw food, which doesn't replenish as much, hunger, or you can cook it. It gives you, multiple bonuses and stuff. I'm really enjoying it. I really like it. I don't think it's procedurally generated. I thought it was at first, but then I saw something online where it shows the same map and like where things are on the map, which I'm not really looking into that. Like I kind of want to find everything on my own. But I do think at least it's in early access. So I don't know if going forward, like
I'm sure they're gonna more.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna make it procedurally generated or if they intentionally want to keep it like this. But I'm digging it, man. It's a beautiful game. It's got that kind of Firewatch vivid art style.
Gameplay of it right now, and it does.
The first thing I thought of was Firewatch when I saw the game.
Yeah. Gives me those vibes. Graphically wise, the look of it, the colors. Now, is there a point to it? Like if you spawn in, I assume, right? Somewhere like something happened, you spawn in.
Yeah, it's kind of like No Man's Sky, where it's like you just wake up in the woods randomly, and then like you start walking forward and you find the broken cabin, and it says, "Oh, go get a bunch of twigs and some wood or whatever." And then
is there like
that's how you build the cabin? And
something that you're working towards? Like what I'm trying to say that do you know what you have to do other than survive? What's the point of it?
I don't think there's anything yet. I think they're going to add that in because it's still super early.
I'm sure it is.
Early access. So, so far to me, the point is to just upgrade your cabin.
Okay,
is what I'm getting out of it. And explore the map. That so far, I mean, like I said, they might add more stuff later on. It's very early access, but I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. Shout out to Papa Genta again, and gonna play more of it.
Nice. You're gonna update us later on, I'm gonna assume, when they do updates.
Yeah. I'll keep updated when as more patches and stuff come in.
All right, sounds good. Looking forward to that. Anything else that we, gentlemen? You want to talk about the new game that came out real quick today?
We could bring it up, but let's talk about it next week so you have a chance to play it.
I mean, you played it, so give us like a quick.
Okay, so today, which is July 20th, 2020, Rogue Company is officially available to play. It is one of those deals where it's like a founder's pack where you have to get access to it. It'll be free to play, like later on, probably in a couple months. Similar to what Paladins did, similar to what Smite did.
It's a Hi-Rez, so that's usually
Hi-Rez is the publisher. So, but basically, what it is, it reminds me of a lot. There's a lot of there's like Valorant comparisons. I thought it was very similar to like what's the other game we were playing until it was
Breakout,
but Warface Breakout, Warface Breakout. Similar thing where it's like you buy your upgrades in the station, then so you start in like a plane and you buy your upgrades and then you literally skydive out of the plane onto the map.
That's cool. That's a cool animation,
which is cool. And there's a couple different modes. The best one is the plant the bomb mode, which is the classic,
like search and destroy.
Yeah, right. But yes, I mean it's a very colorful, cartoony kind of game. But I mean, I enjoy it. I've had the closed beta for a while now. I haven't played a lot of it, but I mean, I've played a match here, a match there. It runs really good, which is the important thing, because our biggest issue with Warface Breakout is that it's unplayable. The screen will just
that's
freeze
more
randomly.
because of the servers that they have, not because of the game. I feel.
Yeah, which hopefully they upgrade that or fix
They
it
need to do it ASAP, which is.
But I think Rogue Company is the game to play in. While we're waiting for that, so yes. I'm digging it. I'm excited for you to try it. I'm curious to see what you think of it. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely like Valorant-ish, but on console. It's on PC as well, but you sent me a video of Drifter
for consoles.
Yeah, Drifter was saying it feels more made for console. So, but we'll play more of that this week, and then we'll talk about that more next week. Yes, it came out today, so
hype.
Anything else? Anything else,
I think that's about it.
I've been playing Isle of Armor a little bit, but I'll not really anything to talk about.
I've actually been watching my roommate play the latest Pokemon DLC, Isle of Armor, and my biggest takeaway is I love how the Pokemon walk with you in the overworld like they did in Soul Silver and Heart Gold. So it's very cool. Regardless of the Pokemon, it could be the fucking Eternus, the big legendary Pokemon, and that guy is just walking around with you with the goddamn dying heart in his
the Whale
stomach.
Lord is huge.
Of course,
I don't know if you saw the Whale Lord on the map.
I didn't see the Whale Lord, but awesome. I can imagine.
It's so cool. Like if you just look out at the scene, you see a giant ass Whale Lord. It's so cool. But anyways,
the largest Pokemon. Jumping into some futuristic news, PS5 pre-orders could be limited to one per household. Yeah, I mean, this kind of makes sense, production is, and production actually doubled, they said this week that they...
it seems like they doubled to 10 million consoles for 2020.
The original projections probably factored in Corona being a longer lasting impact, or maybe they're just being, what do you call it? Conservative with
where they're making it, it seems like it's okay now, because in the United States, it's just a shit show.
Oh, yeah, in China, they're making it, which... China hasn't had a case since March, so they're doing great. And did you actually hear that those fucking few numbers they gave were fake? Also, those were confirmed as fake. So very funny there. But yeah, one per household. So if you have a brother named Billy and you're trying to order to the same house, that might be an issue. Even if you're on different credit cards, different names. Often, how this works, one per household is it just fucking cross references your address with prior orders, and it's like nope. But I doubt many people should have this issue. Don't fucking scalp if you're thinking of scalping. Don't scalp.
Yeah, don't think about it. But they will. But it seems more like it's just gonna be on the PlayStation Store.
PlayStation Direct, yeah.
I do feel like this past generation, though, they did the same thing. Like GameStop, when I pre-ordered my Xbox One, they did say one per household.
I think so as well.
Ways of getting around it. You can do one at one store and one of those stores.
Yeah, you can go to different stores and get one.
I think it's more just a way of. I mean, the PlayStation Store, I don't know if you can get around it, but like GameStop and Best Buy and stuff, it's just a way of making it so you can't buy two at one location.
I think this is awesome that not the specific one per household, but that it's like finally hitting me that PlayStation 5 will be sold by PlayStation. I can't imagine the last time this happened. I'm thinking maybe a Microsoft store. At launch, I'm thinking Microsoft.
Microsoft probably has done it because of that. Had the Microsoft.
Microsoft's a little different. Microsoft's such a huge ass company. They're trillions of dollars worth. Like Nintendo doesn't. The Nintendo store. All right, fuck. This is just the first time. The Sony store. What am I talking about? All right, next story. Spider-Man.
I mean, technically, Sony has stores and they sell it there. There you go.
They do. That's why that whole segment the past 60 seconds is a waste. Delete it. Speaking of PlayStation 5 news, Spider-Man Miles Morales will feature an optional 4K 60 frame per second performance mode on the PS5. They didn't say what the other mode is. You could imagine the other mode might have some more high fidelity ray tracing. Maybe not 60 frames locked or something like that. Maybe it hits 60 still. But they are guaranteeing a performance mode that locks the game at 4K 60 FPS, which is, I think all games should be that next gen, but hopefully.
I mean, I'll be happy if all games are at 60 locked, right?
Yeah. Be at 1080.
If it gets to 4K 60, that's just gravy on top. But all the games should be. There shouldn't be a game at 30 anymore.
Or at least give the option of 1080p 60 bare minimum.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Don't not let me play it in 60 1080p.
1080 60 should be like on point. Like anyone that's making a game should aim for that.
Or at least these major publishers like
the
EA
major
and 2K. And, I mean,
like
indie games, I get it.
But like major publishers, that should be the key. If you get to 4K 60, that's like gravy on like a cherry on top, man. Like that's great. But
it's interesting to even see. This is why I think 4K 30 will be more prevalent than 1080 60. Just because you can't buy a 1080p TV. You can't buy a 1080p screen.
Yes, you can.
A monitor, not a TV.
Nah, there's a lot of 1080p TVs.
Are you kidding me?
There are
a lot. I was in Best Buy last week. There's a lot of
There are no newly made 1080p TVs. They're old TVs.
You know that you could go to Best Buy right now and probably get a 1080 TV.
They're old TVs. I'm telling you.
Okay, they might not be produced, but they're still available.
Yeah, they're still available. You can find them like really.
You can buy a CRT if you want. Also, I'm saying.
Dude, okay, wait. False, because you gotta go to Amazon New from TCL and get them from Amazon New 1080. So fuck you.
Actual manufacturers. Oh my god, we're talking
TLC is probably one of the best ones right now, according to a lot of reviewers. They use Samsung fucking panels, bro. Like
either way. What's the other one?
I just made you eat your comments, bro. There you go.
I'm talking Samsung and LG ain't making 1080p TVs. I'll tell you that.
They are, bro. But, okay.
All right, show me the Carfax. Next up, we have an update to No Man's Sky. This fucking game that came back from the dead and will bring the dead to the game with the Desolation update, kind of turning the fucking first-person shooter, third-person shooter into a horror, alien, sci-fi game, which is so cool. I mean, we've always said every update since fucking the next update, really, like, we have to get back to this game.
It's Dead Space. This update is the Dead Space.
Oh yeah, no, this update is essentially Dead Space, but like we've always been saying, me and you, that like, we got to get back to this game, but it's like there's been so much content and stuff. I feel like I'm gonna be in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Now, shout out to Hello Games because they could have just cut their losses and moved on, and they've turned this game into something really special. So,
I bet I guarantee No Man's Sky fan base is probably a great community, very positive, and they're just loving this. Like, so that's really awesome. Because people remember No Man's Sky. The talk around No Man's Sky was so toxic, was so bad at launch. And it's great to see that.
Because
of course,
it's I mean, they deserved it because everything that they promised didn't came in until like years later, bro.
But hey, look what positivity brought.
I do blame Sony a little bit for that too, though.
Yeah, it was a shitty situation for Hello Games.
I blame everyone in there because they shouldn't have hyped that game so much.
Speaking of games that are overly hyped, JK, Astro's Playroom, the built-in PlayStation 5 game into every PlayStation 5, was shown off this week alongside Jeff Keighley's sexy hands-on with the DualSense controller. Gave it some context. Those fucking bumpers are looking chunky. Overall, not much bigger, I shouldn't say that, but a bigger controller to the DualShock 4. And the content showed off in the Astro's Playroom demo. It was a demo, but this is going to be a full game on your PS5.
Yeah, the awesome. Stream on Jeff's stream was a demo portion of the full game. Yeah. It was called Jeff's demo, I think.
Called Jeff's demo, yeah. How cool is that? And I think this has potential to being one of the best bundled in launch games ever. I mean, it's
it's already probably. I mean,
Wii Sports, of course, and Super Mario Bros. 1. But this game looks like a fucking worthy $60 game.
Yeah, it looks like a legit game. They probably, honestly, I think they could have charged probably $30-$40 for it.
When you're going to see the $700 price tag on the PS5, you're going to say...
they're charging that fucking game, man.
Yeah, they're charging it.
I mean, it's no secret I'm a huge, Astrobot fan. I got to go back and play.
I still think it's the best game in VR, bro.
Yeah, I still got to go back and play it. I still own it. It's just too hot. I've made a vow that I will not play VR until it is at least probably like October, November. It's just too hot. But I'm gonna get back to it though. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm glad that they went with this instead of just some crap, demo disc or something.
I do have to say that I'm kind of sad that it's not an actual game. It's more like a showpiece.
Yeah, it's like a tech
controller.
It's sort of a
the
tech
console.
demo.
Yeah.
I mean, hold on. Let me cut you off there. Astro has really been the tech demo mascot. From
yeah,
the player
True.
tech demo of the
I
camera.
wanted an actual game. Just because Astrobot Rescue Mission was so fucking good, dude.
Now, to be fair, we are getting an actual Sackboy game. And it's one of those things where it's like, do we want to ask for too much? You know what I mean? Like, because that Sackboy game does look really good. And like I said, I have a theory: Astro is actually Sackboy without the sack on.
That'd be hilarious. But no, Miguel, I think you're gonna eat your words.
That'd be funny.
I think Astro is gonna be a 10-hour game, and
I don't think it's gonna be 10 hours. I think it's gonna be like 4 or 5 hours.
4 or 5, yeah. I was gonna say.
Yeah, I guess 5 worlds, 5 an hour each. That makes sense. All right, very hyped. We talked about Beyond Light earlier, right? Beyond Light got delayed 2 months.
Yeah, we
to
mentioned
November 10th.
that.
You mentioned
Okay,
it.
cool.
They say why though? Like, is it because of
Just
Corona?
the pandemic, yeah.
Corona, they're like, hey, it's pretty hard to make games without your team together, so
It makes sense.
we need
Makes
some
sense.
time. Yeah.
So,
Honestly, yeah. At this point, you don't need to give a fucking excuse. If you say your game's delayed, it's like, I got you.
whatever. The only bummer is that it's a week before Cyberpunk and
I
Halo
know.
Infinite, probably, and
And probably
Assassin's
next
Creed
gen
Valhalla.
consoles.
Yeah, so
Oh, those games are gonna be delayed. But do you guys think anything that's coming out for the fall is gonna get delayed?
So right now we have.
what's coming out in like August, September, October?
I'll drop you. I remembered it because I sent you guys the voice memos going over it. August has nothing. August has literally. Why am I blanking on the name? Final Fantasy Crossroads. It's not Final Fantasy. It's Fast and Furious. There you go. Imagine a Final Fantasy
Which honestly
Fast
looks
and Furious.
It honestly looks. Yeah, you drive the Regalia from Final Fantasy 15.
It's Cloud driving Dom's Mustang.
That game looks better than it deserves. It looks better than it has any right to look. But anyways, continue. I'm probably not buying it.
Yeah, so that's Fast and Furious is August, Madden's August, September is, I'm pretty sure, nothing of note.
FIFA.
One thing of note, I'm just now remembering, Avengers, which,
We keep forgetting about Avengers.
I know, yeah, that should be a sign. There's a what's it called? There's a beta in August, so take that.
Yeah, I mean, you have to pre-order the game to play
I
it.
think there's a free beta like the 4th week or something, but
Yeah. I have zero hype for
PlayStation
that.
exclusive. And then we don't really get a game between September and then the end of August with Watch Dogs. Of course, I'm leaving out some
October, you
fucking indie games and some Japanese games. Listeners, don't yell at me, but in terms of big games, yeah.
Did you mean
Dogs-
October?
So that,
I said October at the end of October. No,
You said August.
my bad. At the end
You
of
said,
October,
but
yeah,
you said between September and August.
the class. That's my favorite month.
It's like that's not how the calendar
Let's
works.
go backwards in time. Yeah,
so
and
I'm gonna
then
repeat the question. Do you
I know,
guys
hold on.
think
Yeah.
any of that is gonna get delayed?
I will. And then the
I don't
two
think
other games
Avengers
are
will.
the 17th, which is Cyberpunk and Valhalla.
Of November, yeah. I don't think Avengers is getting delayed at this point.
It can't. No, it can't.
I
It
kind
has a
of.
beta date.
Well, it doesn't mean anything. Didn't Dreams have like 4 betas?
Well,
That
that's still
never
beta.
happened. I don't think Avengers is moving. I can see Watch Dogs. I
No
don't know.
way in hell, dude! They just did a demo.
That doesn't mean anything.
I see Valhalla moving.
I think Valhalla should
Watch
move.
Dogs.
I think Valhalla should.
Valhalla.
If it came out in December, I think it would be fine. I think it's just literally the fact that it's on the same day as Cyberpunk. I think that's what's...
Not the same date, but the same week.
I thought both were the
Right.
17th.
Well,
No, one's 17, the other one's 19, I think. Isn't
I
it?
don't know. I think the same day.
I think they're both the
That
17th.
might be true. Also, Tuesday, Thursday. I don't know. Look it up to double check. Look it up.
But yeah, I
But,
think pushing
I don't
Valhalla
see-
into
I
the
don't
first
see
or second
Assassin's
week of
Creed.
December.
Oof. An Assassin's Creed in December, dude. An Assassin's Creed is a fucking Call of Duty. Assassin's Creed is huge.
Cyberpunk the 19 and Valhalla
There you
the
go.
17. So I
Is
told
the
you
19th of what? 19th of Friday?
November. I'm not sure.
Look on
You
it.
gotta check that on calendar. But
Oh, it is.
I don't think it. I don't think
know
any. So yeah. To answer your question,
this
no,
is no. This I think this is why COD hasn't been announced. The new COD, because they still not sure exactly what they're gonna release it. Just because
It's the end of July.
Dude,
and they still
COD
haven't
is going
talked about
to
it.
be. COD is going to be early October, I think.
You know what would be hilarious
Nothing's
Like in October, they still not announced it, and like 2 weeks before, they're like, "Hey, here's the game," or they just like should just drop it.
Dude, there's two things this year that are loot boxes.
Black Ops
The
4
price-
just
the
gets a 100 gig
price
update,
of,
and it's actually just Black Ops 5. It just
Fine,
converts
yeah,
Black
and a
Ops 4
campaign.
into Black Ops 5.
That's why all the extra DLC is on your hardware. It's
Ooh,
fucking
I
power.
hope not. That'd be fucking bad.
Yeah, no, I personally don't think anything's shifting that already has a date. You don't fucking, you don't, okay, Miguel, honestly, you don't say a date.
Wait. Cyberpunk got delayed how many times? And they had a date? Come on, bro.
When was the September date
It's
given?
supposed to go in like February, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, 1 second. If the
And then it got
Cyberpunk
delayed,
was
and
supposed to
then-
be out 5 months ago.
Yeah. They do the same thing with Watch Dogs 2
Watch Dogs was supposed to come out in like January.
last
wasn't it?
year. No, it was supposed to come last year in the fall.
Okay,
and then
okay,
they delayed it.
Here's my fact-based argument. Cyberpunk was delayed in January to September. Then
But it was supposed to come out in
What, like
like
March?
March or May. And they
May.
delayed that.
I thought it was
May.
February.
Okay, it was never February. No, it was never February. However, okay, so they delayed it to September before Corona, right? So we don't know Corona. We need September.
Oh
If
no,
they're-
Final
second.
Fantasy got delayed from February.
Yeah, that got
That's
delayed.
right.
I mean, that got delayed 15 years, bro.
Well, let me finish this point. If they have the balls to give a date during Corona, they gave the date at Nightwire a couple weeks ago, a month ago. This is a real date. This,
Yeah, I'm not saying Cyberpunk. I feel like that's the date and that's when it's gonna release. But I feel like, but just because,
dude, there's 4 games, and I can make great arguments for all 4 games why they won't move. Like I don't know.
Well, Halo is not officially announced, but it's
Halo's not a
probably
real game.
coming
Halo
out.
doesn't exist.
It's probably coming out on the 17th too.
It is not.
no, I think it's coming out day and day when the console comes out, whenever that is.
It is. It's a launch game.
I think that.
Well,
Yeah, I think
if
they
it came out.
confirmed
I mean,
that. The console might launch
What
in
day of the
October,
week
bro.
is the 7th? What day of the week is the 7th?
look it up.
I think it's gonna come. We're no this week, but I think it's
7th
gonna
is a
come out.
Saturday. I was gonna say if it came out on 117, but that's a Saturday, so
You never know, bro.
I might do it. I don't know.
I think it's gonna be in October, just to release it before PlayStation.
Miguel, you had a before we jump into. Oh fuck me! Why did I do that? I literally had the best segue. I'll say this first. Speaking of games that have concrete dates that are coming out this week, definitely won't get delayed. Into the Radius on all VR systems. Golftopia on PC. I don't even know what I'm reading anymore. Rock of Ages 3 on systems. Creeks Carry On. Holy shit, Carry On comes in 3 days to Xbox One, Switch, and PC. That is the reverse horror game that we talked about
Thursday
last week on the Devolver Digital. That is hype. Good to know.
Play the month.
Dying Light Hell Raid. Do you guys?
Isn't that their not the Battle Royale, it's like the Doom ripoff?
What, the 2v1 shit?
No, I think it's just like Dying
you
Light
go to
Doom.
hell.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. That's coming out July 23rd, PS4, Xbox,
I think they
PC.
scrapped the Battle Royale, right? The Dying Light Battle Royale. I think they
I can't keep up on other games.
There was like a
Other
PC
games.
only
been
thing.
delayed already a couple times.
It got
so
delayed?
Well, Dying Light
Battle
2
Royale,
got
fine.
delayed, but I think they just scrapped the Battle Royale thing they were looking to do.
Yeah,
It was
'cause
like a
wasn't-
separate thing.
It wasn't
yeah.
gonna work.
And then Rookie Paper Beast. I don't know PC games. However, Miguel brought up an interesting question. Miguel, drop it.
You need to give me more than that, dude.
Oh, you were talking about that. I remember you're talking about PSN purchases.
Oh yes,
going
yes.
You actually forgot. I love that.
I got like a couple of things that I want to drop with you guys and ask you
Okay,
about, but
you're allowed.
that's the first one. Like with all these games that are coming out, right? You got indies coming out every fucking week, and we don't know they're coming out because PlayStation doesn't do a good job of it. And like, let's just say like this game comes out right in closed beta, which is I'm talking about Rogue Company. Like, I want to try it, right? But if I buy it, I can't get a refund, and just because I already bought it or whatever. Like,
You
I
played it.
feel, and I played it obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, you buy it, you can't refund it anymore. That's my problem with it. But if you want to buy a game and you don't know nothing about the game, because let's just say a couple, like when did Breakout came out, Anthony?
A couple months ago, May, I think.
Like 2 months ago, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll
Yeah,
check
let's just say 2 months ago.
2 months ago.
That game came out, right? we saw gameplay of it, and I was like, "Oh shit, it looks kind of good." And
Yeah,
like, should
May
we buy
26th.
it? Should we not buy it? And we decided to buy it. So we bought it. We played it, and it was okay. The updates, I think, have made it worse than what it was, in my opinion. Like, you can't get a refund.
Yeah. I mean, we
my
probably
problem
could.
is,
We could probably harass PlayStation about it, but I just whatever. It was
yeah,
more like-
but at this point, it's like there should be like some type of system, hopefully for the PS5, that if you buy, I think this is gonna help too for people to buy more games, like games that come out and they're still not a review, but you're like somewhat interested in a game. Let's just say an indie game comes out and Anthony likes oh, let's just say the game that you're playing, Anthony. Into the Trees, I think that's the name of it.
Among Trees.
Among Trees. I don't know if it's on PS4.
I kept thinking it was
think
Among
is.
the Trees, but it's just Among Trees.
I don't think it's on PS4, but let's just say it's on PS4, right? The game's on. Like, there's not a lot of people reviewing it. The game, like, it's probably not gonna be reviewed by IGN because they just pretty much just review big games and now. And you want to try it, but you don't know if it's good. The devs are not gonna get that sale because, first of all, people know that if you buy it and it's not good, you can't get a refund. Second, if you buy it and it's good, obviously you're gonna keep it, but you don't know how the performance is. You don't know, like, there's so much things, man. They're like,
Yeah, I mean, I
just
agree
feel
with
they
you.
need a system because I feel like people will buy more games if there's like a safety net, you know?
Yeah,
The
no,
other thing-
100%.
the other
I
thing
think it
too
would lead
is-
to more sales.
The other thing too is
You need to play it 8 hours. Like, it should be limited.
with
but-
physical games, I get it because it's like it's quote unquote
Yeah, you
damage
could
goods
split.
once you rip the cellophane off. But with a digital game, I mean, come on,
But
like
I have bought so many games, dude, in physical that you could just sell it later on for like $40 or 45 or 50. You're still not losing everything like you would in a digital game.
right. That's
Here we-
what I'm saying is like how many codes does Sony have? You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they can't just repurpose the codes for it, you know, like
Here would be an interesting solution.
like how many
It's the-
purchases of a game do you need to do before Sony runs out of codes where you can't purchase
Yeah.
a game on the PlayStation Store?
This would be an interesting solution. Developer created, or I guess, yeah, created levels of engagement in the game. So a developer chooses, all right, if the player gets past level 10, if the player maybe it's an open world game, doesn't have levels, if the player does more than 2 side missions, they could be able to track within the game, and then that is the game's internal checkpoint. And if you go past that, then you can't get the refund. And if you play before that, you can get the refund. I think that would lead to a lot more people buying the game, liking it, whatever, going through it, being like, I passed the checkpoint. I guess I own it now. Whatever. I already have it downloaded. I already bought. If people aren't really enjoying the game before that checkpoint, they could already say, oh, you know what? I'm not liking this game. Let me get a refund. So because a 2-hour blanket timer doesn't really work. You get what's it called? You get super hot. You could beat super hot in 2 hours. Doesn't make sense for that type of game to have the same refund policy as Ghost of Tsushima, where it's like, oh, you played 2 hours.
Well, I think it's
like
these
it,
games that are saying they're in closed beta. Like, I mean, Fortnite's a whole other issue because,
Dude, beta
well,
games,
first of
I
all,
don't think should
Fortnite's
be-
free to play. So,
I don't think you should pay for a beta. If you're paying for a game, it's not a beta. It's not a closed
well,
beta.
the way they get
you know?
around it is calling it a founder's
I get it.
pack.
I
and
think
you get
that's
a bunch of
bullshit. I
extra
think that
stuff.
practice should be done.
Oh, I
Yeah,
agree.
think-
I'm just saying that's how they
yeah.
get around it. So
I got you.
I just don't understand why does it hurt? Does it really hurt the studio financially that much to just release it free, but then also have the founder pack? You know what I mean?
I guess it's
like
sets a
Apex
precedent.
launched
No.
free, and then we all, well, you didn't, but Miguel and I ended up buying the founder's pack for
Yeah,
Apex.
it does hurt the company. They just wouldn't have got your guys $20 or whatever you paid for the game.
Well, I'm grandfathered
Straight
in
up.
my closed beta, so
No,
But-
I'm saying,
But okay, you're saying that, Anthony, but this is not a big game. This is not by a studio that it's high rise, but it's a game that people need to play it to figure out how good it is. It's like they didn't fucking are paying streamers to play it, right? It's not like it's coming out now and it's like you have fucking Doctor or this Tim or Ninja or these streamers fucking playing it for a couple hours and people are like, oh shit, let me go check it out. It's a smaller release. It's a smaller game. Like it would help, I think, if it was just free from the beginning and like have some stuff that you could like it still have that like standard edition, whatever the fuck I bought for $15 if you want like a skin or two or whatever it is. People would buy it if they like it. It's like I had bought so much shit for Apex when they released the bundles because I like the game and I want to support him. I'm not gonna buy the fucking 200 and something.
Well, that's
when
why
they
I
release
buy
it,
the
but
Siege passes every year, even though I don't play it that much.
exactly. Like we don't play that much anymore, but we still give them money because we enjoy the game when we play it.
Yeah, I mean, agree with all that. I would just want to say one closing thing. There definitely is some more behind the scenes stuff going on. We're not privy to,
I remember what I was
just
gonna say.
because, you know, like I always think back, why the fuck didn't Lawbreakers become free to play?
It should be. I said that so.
Didn't Cliff say he wanted to release, or didn't he admit he should have released it free to play?
Yeah, he admitted it. But
I mean, at first he said no because he doesn't think that was a free to play game, and I'm like,
yeah. Oh, I mean,
and then he went back on it, but it's like,
yeah. He was open with his mistakes that he did with Lawbreakers.
Like,
but it's just like there must have been
Lawbreakers
some.
would be really big right now if they didn't have made that fucking stupid decision. I'm sorry, I just had to say that.
It would still
I mean,
exist, at least, I believe.
Yes.
I'm just saying that there must be some internal conversation that makes sense in the time for them to do certain things. You know, hindsight, of course, is 2020, but we'll see. What is your one more thing?
One more thing. Remember when they announced the Xbox and the PS5, the PS4, I mean, and they said there were gonna be a lot more demos for games?
Yeah, total lie.
Like that would solve the problem that we have right now. Like
Well, the problem is everything is monetized. Everything's a game as a service. I mean, how many single player games are there that you really even do a demo of?
Like for this example, like for this, the game.
You could do like a
it should
5-hour
just be
trial or something,
free
I guess.
right now, instead of having to pay.
Well, but
Or,
even like, what
like,
if Sony was
indie
like,
games
try the game for 5 hours? You know,
I think that's a lot, but I'm just saying like.
or even try the game for 2 hours.
Was it the PS3 that you had trials for like an hour? What the fuck happened to that?
There was some games where it was like a 24-hour trial.
Yes,
play as much as you could in a
the
day.
common stuff was 60 minutes. Like, what happened to that? Like, at least with the 60 minutes, you have played enough to see if the game runs.
You know what happened? Sony obliterated Microsoft and said we don't got to do that anymore.
But from the beginning, they didn't do it. It's just like something that happened on the PS3 eras, and it was like up to the devs. I feel like it was up to them.
I imagine it didn't have enough engagement. Is how I would talk about that. But it is getting hot in my room.
Jeff is getting naked right now. If you want to
I'm
check
on
in
the
the
verge
video,
of getting naked. Yeah.
like just like last week, fucking balls out.
But yeah, I think this week should be fun. A lot more Ghost of Tsushima. Keeping it slow, sprinkling it around maybe a couple hours a night. Not a race to beat it, that's for sure.
Yeah, we'll probably have more impressions next week as we, get through more of the game and unlock more abilities and stuff. So, we're all still more samurai than Ghost.
Oh, 100%.
Once we get more into the Ghost side of things, I think we'll talk more. We'll have more impressions about it.
Also, one thing, I gotta say this. Guys, Anthony told me that Star Wars is based on Akira Kurosawa's Hidden Fortress.
The original Star Wars wasn't based on it, but it was influenced by it.
The themes, influence. Yeah, that's a better word. Definitely not based on it. I tried watching the trailer on YouTube. Damn, I don't know. I don't think these Kurosawa movies hold up, guys.
I mean, they're from like the 50s. So.
I know. I mean, hey, honestly, you know what? Fair enough. I don't think any movie from the 50s holds up, but good style. So, shouts out to that.
Yeah, I still gotta check it out.
Holy shit!
If that's pertinent to PlayStation, say it. If it's not, Anthony, wrap us up.
No, not pertinent.
I guess it's not. Yeah.
It's Xbox, but it's not Xbox.
Oh, it's not Xbox.
Yes, it is. It seems like the price and the date has been leaked.
I don't see it on my feed. You're looking at fake news.
It's all over Twitter, dude. Are you serious?
Dude, if Wario didn't post it, it's
got your ass, boy.
I literally said it's fake.
You're still looking. You're still looking.
Look at my dick. All right.
Yeah, your phone's on your dick, I feel.
What
half
has
of the
this
time.
What?
This has been Fast and Reloading episode 14.
Disgusting. Forget it.
This has been I don't even know how to say words right now. This has been Faster Than Reloading, episode 14. For any questions, comments, concerns, you can shoot us a tweet on FTR_pod. That's at FTR_pod. I don't know how Twitter works anymore. That's on Twitter, obviously. I am at Anthony Palm on Twitter. Jeff is at Mr. Brawl 96 on Twitter. Miguel is at DarkAngel1010 _ on Twitter. And then for PSN, I am the only X188. That's ONE numbers 88. Jeff is Brawl 96, no Mr. on PlayStation. And Miguel is DarkAngel1010 with no underscore on PlayStation. Also, if you could just give us a view on YouTube. We upload the video every week as well now. We get like 3 views. So if you could give us 1 view and 1 like, that'd be rad. Yeah. But it's the full show. You can see the video of us.
On YouTube, dude? We get more than 3, but I don't know if you have checked lately.
Hey, listeners,
maybe it's 3 likes. Maybe that's not.
Listeners, if you want to be enticed to watch this video, video version,
Jeff is naked right now. All right.
I could be naked.
He's naked.
I mean, your face is fucking naked.
My face is very naked for the first time, the only time I can remember I 100% shaved my beard was my sister's wedding 5 years ago. I don't remember the last time.
I feel like you trimmed it pretty short. Like
I've trimmed it over the past couple of years, but this.
I feel like you grew stubble as the podcast went on.
No joke. I sent you a picture freaking Friday, and it was clean. Now I'm already stubborn.
No, but maybe it was just the way the lighting was at the beginning.
I turned the lights on.
Before it looked like it was more clean shaven than it was, so that's funny. But yeah, so you can check us out.
Watch the video, yeah. Watch me.
YouTube.com/fasterthanreloading. You could also check us out on your podcatcher of choice. If you can give us a like, subscribe, and a review on there, that would help us out a lot. And go ahead, Miko.
Before we end up, really quick, right? The Xbox is having their little fucking showcase thing. Do you guys have any like big predictions that you guys think might happen? Just quick out of the top. Obviously, we're watching
Fable's coming back. Fable's coming back.
Yeah, I'm with you on Fable.
I don't know. Splinter Cell. Does Sam Fisher see his come back? I don't know. Probably not. It would
be weird and not have shown that at Ubisoft.
They said it's all Xbox stuff, so.
Rocksteady?
I think we're gonna see that game that was at their last showcase. What was the weird one where like the weird control looking game? What was that? I don't remember the name of it.
I forgot, but wait, do we know if this is only first party?
Yes, they said it was first party.
Only.
Yes.
Okay, that's wild.
This is the first party showcase. The last one was third party.
Okay.
So
you're correct.
We're definitely seeing Halo.
Like Halo's confirmed. Like it's not even Halo. It's not even like we're assuming Halo is definitely there.
Yes, Halo's gonna be there.
Forza 100%.
I don't think Forza. We're seeing Forza. I don't think there's gonna be a Forza this year.
Is it Motorsport year or is it
pushing? It's regular.
Playground
Forza.
Games is working on something that is not Forza, and
that's
they might
be Fable.
Yeah, so that might be what Playground does this year.
And
nothing.
They're pushing a lot of dirt.
The racing
Dirt,
game,
the racing game,
Dirt 4 or
I think that's 4 or 5, one of the
whatever the latest
one. I feel like because we're not gonna have a Forza this year, or it's not gonna be this year, it's gonna be like next year, early next year.
Well, because Forza is usually like August, I feel like.
Yes, around there.
Last prediction: I don't think we're going to see anything from the Initiative. I think that's still a year off. Ninja Theory will be showing off Hellblade 2. We'll see some of that. They already showed off.
Yeah, they already showed the teaser. I'm kind of hyped for that, bro.
That exists,
actually want.
You know, we might get a solid like 2 minute with like some gameplay in it. You know, maybe.
I think it's gonna be more. I hope it's more than 2 minutes.
But
I think half of the show is gonna be Halo.
It is. It 100% is.
Right?
I bet. I mean that's a assumption.
Do you guys think?
I bet they're gonna do a level walkthrough. It's like, you know.
Yeah. Do you guys think they're gonna show the luck card or whatever the fuck the digital edition?
Hey, dude, get your head out of it. They said no
games only. Games only.
They could
no hardware.
It might not fucking like going.
Nah, they don't want it.
I told you guys today. My prediction is that they're gonna show the price and the release date for the Series X. I could be wrong, but when
I can see that only if
me. I feel like it's right there, bro.
I can see that only if Halo is day and date. If Halo is day and date, then yes. If it's not, then I don't.
And it's gonna be in October. I'm just calling it right now. Late October.
All right.
It's $800 fucking bucks, bro.
What do you guys think about these rumors that Halo Infinite is like an open world game? I think it's possible. I have no interest in an open world Halo game.
I don't think it's gonna be open world. I think it's gonna have like missions, like Black Ops. I think 2 it was that you're gonna have like 2-3 missions to go do, and you could do them in any order.
Oh no, Infinite Warfare was like that.
How the fuck
Infinite
did I
Warfare
say
and
this?
Black Ops 2 had a couple missions like that.
Guys, what I've been playing this week, the most important thing, we already said all our goodbyes and everything, but Terminator Resistance is the game
You
of the year.
can talk about how you got high and played that instead of Ghost of Tsushima next week.
All right. Adios, boys.
Yeah, that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching. Catch you all next week.
Peace.
Peace.